Let's take a look at managing label styles in advanced road design. From version 16, new labeling tools have been included to enhance the level of information that can be reported in plan across all advanced road design objects, as well as improving the options for managing display. Label styles were introduced to facilitate user customization of labels. A label style consists of blocks, polylines and text objects that are treated as a group and respond to group editing by the user. Let's have a look at pit labeling as an example. We want to create a label that has a line to the pit center with text above that line reporting the pit label and text below reporting the top and sump pit levels. It's intended that the text will need to move around with the line work in order to avoid conflicts with other text. Label styles can be accessed while you're in the midst of adding labels, as is in our case, or can be accessed using the label styles command. Commands for label styles can be found on the roads, pipes, or general tabs, with the general tab containing all options. For AutoCAD users, label creation and editing tools are also to be found on the surfaces and alignments tabs. Label styles are different for each object type because different text options will be available for the relevant object. So when you open up using the label styles command, you need to pick the object type relevant to those label styles. After you open the label styles form, you'll get to pick and review any styles that are created. Let's start by adding a new label style, and we give the label style a name, and then we can start adding elements. We'll add a line object. You'll notice that any object can act as a marker, and the marker is a special component of the label that always matches to the insertion point of the object. The first object you make will automatically be identified as the marker, but you can assign that later on to another object. When you group edit the marker, all labeling will move with the marker. For labels such as pit labels, the marker location is always set to match the pit location and can't be moved. For a surface label though, where you pick the deciding location to extract surface information from, the marker acts as that move location to pick where surface information should be extracted. Notice that we're adding 3 entries for the line. This will deliver 2 polyline segments that can be group edited separately. For the text components, these are set to use line. The use line toggle will force the position and orientation of the text to be relative to the line. You either need to position the text above or below the line. The X insertion is disabled in this case. Once you've added in a prefix, pick the item to report, suffix and decimal places, you can save your text element. You can also associate a leader line to this piece of text or have a border drawn around the text. Once we've added the top text element describing the pit label, we then set the pit level information to display below the line by adding more text items. Judicious input of the Y value will set the text with the desired offset from the line, and the use line parameter needs to be set to below instead of above. Note that in each case plan readable text is ticked on. This ensures that the text shows right way up in model space, even if the line rotation is adjusted to be upside down. You'll notice there's also an option in the behavior section to use symbol anchor. This is very useful if you need text to move with a symbol block. When you tick that option and set a block to anchor the text insertion position is locked onto the insertion position of the block when the block moves. Once you edit the label style editing, the synchronize button can be used to update any label style changes. In our case, we were editing the label styles through the network labels form, so we can immediately apply this new label style and update the labeling. Note that as we group edit the line work, the polyline component of the label, the text objects adjust their position and orientation based on the end segment of the polyline as per the label style. The information contained in the text will accurately represent and describe the pit geometry. If you do edit the pit geometry or any other geometry that any of the labels are relying upon, just use the label synchronize command and all the label data will be updated. Thanks for watching this quick session on label styles.